I mentioned your partner's going into the match, or the Hart Foundation. They've had a lot of success as a tag team in the WWF, but Bret Hart is just a couple years away from starting as a singles run that's going to make him one of the biggest stars in wrestling. Early on, what were your impressions of Bret?
I've always got along with Brett. Yeah, Brett and I are friends to this day, man. Yeah, I've stayed at his house a few times up there in Calgary. He stayed with me down in Florida. Yeah, always got along with Brett, and we always tell the same story. We're in someplace at a long when we see each other. Go, you remember? And we both, yeah, of course we remember. Yeah. But we're over in Europe on some long tour, and we were the guys. We had one day off. I think it was, somewhere in Spain, Barcelona, I don't know, wherever it was. And so I got to get away from the boys. So I walked for like an hour and ended up sitting in this little park out in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, this is great. And all of a sudden, Brett walks by. We try, yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere in Spain, and we found each other. But,
What are the
and
odds?
we always, and that's the deal. We always, hey, remember in Spain we saw each other. Yeah. But I like Brett. Yeah, I do. And he's a great wrestler. Brett's one of those guys that can really wrestle. I mean, of course, a second generation guy, as we said before. All the second generation guys, Jake, Kurt, DiBiase, Brett. They grew up in wrestling. Brett was probably in the ring when he was 10. Hitting the ropes and stuff. So, Brett was a really good wrestler. And of course, that's what people say. Well, actually, what was your favorite move? I kick and punch. I'm not a wrestler. I'm a brawler. So I had a different type of match. So it was, yeah. But Brett was really good. Easier for me to work with Neidhart, who I worked with in Mid South quite a bit too. I knew
Yes.
Jim pretty well.
Yes, and you and Jim seem like kindred spirits, really. I mean, he actually set the shot put record at his high school in 1973, which I think is the same year that you did, right?
Yes.
So you guys both set the shot put records at your high school the same year.
What did he throw? What did he throw?
I don't know. I know that his was broken. Yours has never been broken.
Check that out.
I'll Google it. But then he'd also go on to be in the NFL before becoming a wrestler. So you guys are really kind of kindred spirits. Did you you spend a decent amount of time around Jim? Became buddies with him?
Not close, no, but we were friends. Yeah, but very seldom we would go out together. Yeah,
okay.
But we worked each other a lot, so we knew each other in the ring, which was good. It's like, because like I said before, the guy's not your opponent; he's your partner. And Jim and I could dance pretty well together.
It's on paper back in these days. It was about the big guys and size in pro wrestling and these larger than life characters. So on paper, you look at the Hart Foundation, you're like, oh, okay, so Anvil's, going to be the breakout star. But it winds up being Bret. And
Bret. I mean, you look at him. To this day, he's like a heartthrob as an old timer. The girls love Bret. I mean, he's a handsome guy. He's got the body, the look, the hair, kind of the bad boy whole routine. Yeah, I mean, just all the girls love Bret, and half the guys, the other half are like, even my girl likes him.
I mean, did you see him becoming a massive star like he did?
Maybe, probably more so than anybody else. I really wasn't looking for somebody to break out like that,